So our example today, we're going to take data out of SAP on my left side here, and we're going to actually load Salesforce. And we're going to create customers or accounts and contacts, and then we're going to work through an opportunity to an order and take that same data or that new data and bring it back into SAP, create an order, and then have that order show back up into Salesforce, right? And we're going to be the end users. We're not going to see any of the plumbing that Informatica makes happen. So I'm going to jump over to my Salesforce, and we're going to start off in our account tab, and we're going to see that we actually don't have any data loaded at this point. And then in our SAP world, right, our folks in the SAP world are typically not the same folks that are working in the Salesforce world. And they're doing their things on the back end, processing things that the ERP app will do, and we're going to take a look at a customer before we send it over. So we're going to look at our customer 2004, which is called Sudetech GmbH from Germany. And during the day, this customer gets processed, and in the middle of it, there's Informatica. And what we're going to do now is just force the record to go through. Typically, this will be automatic. But we're going to send the customer over right now using the SAP GUI. So we'll send over customer 2004 from the customer master via an iDoc. And we'll send that on through. Now I'm going to jump back into Salesforce on our account screen, and we're just going to refresh the screen. And there's our account. So seamlessly, that account and contacts were transferred from SAP to Salesforce. Neither end user needs to know what's happening because, again, the plumbing is all being handled by Informatica. So now my rep, my customer, can actually take this information on their iPad, their iPhone, and go out to their customer and actually start to work on what they do. And in our scenario today, now I have the customer information that I need. I have a mashup in Salesforce, so I actually know where I have to go to visit that customer. I have all their SAP-related information. And what we're going to do now is create an opportunity. And we're going to click, again, use the power of Salesforce, click on opportunity, create a new opportunity, and we'll call this our peak technology, peak tech opportunity. We'll take some defaults. We'll say it's an existing customer, it's a replacement. Where did the lead come from? It was a phone inquiry. We expect it to close, well, of course, today because we're such good sales reps. And it's in proposal and price quote. And we'll save that. We're going to add some products to it. Now, these products have also been added via an Informatica task. So we'll add our products. And we'll just pick a couple of products. We'll select them. And we'll give it some default. We'll order one of our flat screens. We'll order 2 of our 64s. And we'll order 3 of our MSs. And we'll give it a delivery date of the same day. All right, and we'll save it. And as time goes on, we actually will close this deal. We win the business. And as a rep, I have to go back and modify that record and let everybody know that it's been won. So we're going to change our stage to closed won. Right now, I'm signaling to Salesforce or signaling to something that I've actually finished a process. But I'm also going to click on a button here so I can sync it to the back end. It doesn't have to happen this way. Again, this is just for our purposes, and I'm going to save it. And what's happening now, there's a trigger under the covers, and that's kicking off an Informatica process to take the order information and the product data together, bring it back into SAP, process it, create a new sales order in Salesforce, in SAP, and then push that sales order information back into Salesforce, all in one process. And let's just refresh and see if the order came back yet. And there it is. So that order just came back, and we didn't have to do anything. Automatically, me as the end user, I don't want to know that there's plumbing under the floor. I want that to be seamless, and it is. So let's go take a look at that order in SAP. So we're going to grab our display order. We're going to go punch in our order number, and we're going to go search for it. And then there it is. There's our peak technology, PO in SAP, different terminology, but all that mapping is taking place under the covers. Here are the products we ordered, and whatever processes we need to happen in SAP have taken place. And then it round-tripped that same order information right to my end user again on the Salesforce side so he can speak to his customer face-to-face and say, wow, we just processed your order. here's the status. Pretty immediate. Now, just to flip the coin again, maybe this is not how it's going to operate, and I'm going to walk into my customer, and this process isn't going to take place, but I want to see the same information in a different way. So I'm going to click on my account, and let's take a look at our account again. And once the screen paints, right, it's the same info, right, the same data. We'll let our map paint. But down below, you'll also see a mashup. So our active orders that are in SAP. So as soon as I hit this screen to refresh, right, or go to a new customer, I reach out into SAP via an Informatica web service and pull back the most current information that's available for this customer. And you can see here's the sales order we just created. So all that information, again, is accessible in multiple ways, but using Informatica's platform and plumbing, so to speak, to make it all happen seamlessly. And Darren, that's all I was prepared to show today, and I was going to pass it on back to you.